Okay, I'm back doing this thing again. And just making sure that the music works. I hope that the music's still set up to occlude itself. You can never tell when things update. But anyway, yes. Yeah, this is a piece I've been working on for a while because let's just say I've been struggling a little to get art done. So where the hell am I? Which layer am I on? Oh, I'm on the dress. Okay. Right, because the shading here has been just complete, absolute fuck about. Ooh, okay, I know what I can do to start. Yeah, that'll do. Down to there. Put that in there. Yeah, that means that the cloth looks like it's pulling on there. And like, so last week I did these horns, right? Or these antlers. And I cannot express just how dramatic the difference is between these antlers and like the entire rest of the piece. It's depressing. I think I did back there okay. Ah! The army comes marching in. Oh, that messes with my eyes. Those games. the the legions fanning out to flank me. Oh, anyway. Right. Oh no, wrong thing. There. First, grab that. That all back to there first, and then I think this side would be more. I think this side would be darker. So, oh god, that's gotten me in trouble. The like, I have managed to get myself in I've managed to give myself difficulties when I when I've been working on this stuff by managing to just like have two things up here and scroll wheel while I'm mousing over it accidentally, and suddenly I'm on a piece that I can't show on stream. It's just like that. Hey Tom, how you doing? Other than, tired as you often are. Yeah, yeah, there was to make debating what to make for food. Burger. No, don't make a burger. I don't like burgers. Burgers are boring. Chicken. But yeah, the it was it happened when I was back during the Hannah piece when I was working on the whole Hannah leaning against a building, and I accidentally panned over to the bikini piece of uh yeah, well, the bikini piece. Yeah, yeah, it was whoops. To be clear though, the piece was incomplete at the time. It was not the it was not like it did not you could not get like a full view of everything. It was still in the line-up stage when that happened, but yeah, 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 yeah. I didn't get like struck down or anything. It was just a little bit awkward, is all. Mm, mm. Just a little bit awkward. Mm, mhm. So I have since been very good to not have more than the piece I'm working on stream loaded into Krita at a time. Even if I haven't actually worked on anything that is quite so risky since then, it's just good practice because there have been times when I've wanted to not have something get revealed if I've been working on it, privately. Mm, mm, yeah. Mm. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. That should be. Oops. Okay. Damn. Okay. Well, that should be fine. Okay. No. There's there, and then there is also one over there. Need to strengthen that a little bit so it shows up against the grey. Yeah, that works. Mm. Yes, I'm ashamed to say I've been working on this piece for far too long, and like it still has work to do. Each other. Cool. Right, that's all that. Yeah, stuff happens. It just, sucks when it happens. That should be enough for there, and then we are looking at that and that. So, and oh yes, right. Technically the background is the garden is its own thing. What the? What is this? What is this nonsense? Don't know how that. I don't know how this has come to be. And oh god, it's worse on this side. What? What happened here? What happened on this part of the drawing to give me so much trouble? Magic. Um, be honest. I won't be upset. What did you do? Be honest. You underestimate my ability to prove things. Come back, you still haven't told me. Come on, do you would you rather the Fey Mum be angry at you or just a little bit disappointed? Also, would you like to leave without this song? It's really nice music. Disappointment's not worse. Disappointment doesn't end in violence. Hmm. Need to find a decent. Hmm. Hmm. I can't do anything with you. You are off the adoption list. I maybe I need to I need to make affiliate so I can have an emote of me crushing someone. Like you know that like the speed with which you responded with that is so concerning. The speed with which you brought out excitement for that. That does not look like despair. That looks like that. That looks way too excited. That emote. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. It's an even larger brush. I don't even know what to make of that one. Then we go to here. And carefully. Actually, no, I don't need that anymore. Okay, now you just now you're just back to and balance is restored. Let's put why that happens. Hmm. That's a little bit more like it. Grab that. Now I need to do planks. Damn, I didn't put them down for that. Oh, that's why it's working like that. Yeah, that works. Just two big old planks. Now, here though. Okay. Mm. And then. Right. this smaller solid thing here. This door I'm really not sure about because I'm not particularly well versed in lighting from these directions. I think I might be able to. Let's see what we can do about it. Okay, and these two because that's its own thing. And all these talented people. Is that there? Oh, of course. Okay, I can. Yeah, I'm sure that no one else sees precision mode. Um, so that's even more proof. So, um, whenever there is, I've got a load of keys on my drawing tablet, and one of them, whenever I press it, um, so I guess a good demonstration would be, so currently, if moving the mouse or the cursor from over here on the toolbar to over here at the layer menu, that takes me all the way across the width of my tablet. Same from the top to the bottom. It takes the entire tablet. If I press that button, it shrinks it. So now one side of the tablet is over here, and the other side is over here. Same with top, same with bottom. It takes the full scope of the tablet and temporarily shrinks it to a box that I can see that you can't. And obviously, it's for doing particular, precise things. If you want to not worry about having to make tiny little fine movements, and you instead just want to say do a big sweep. I have never used it. It only ever gets turned on accidentally. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, that's really. Oh, that's strange to look at. There, and then I need to very carefully. Yeah, that's good enough. That outlines that. And this one in particular. Hmm. Hmm. I need a bluish tint. That'll do. That'll do. Yeah, precision mode is like I'm sure it's quite useful, but I've never been in a situation where I'd rather shrink my screen because I'd always rather just, improve my hand-eye coordination. Maybe I'll start it in the future or something, but just it never feels like it's that useful. Alright, then Mm, oh, okay. Right. Okay, that's that. Then this needs. Hmm. Don't mind the villager noises coming out of the screen. I am just attempting to understand how light works. Light is confusing, okay. I completely forgot there was this down here as well. Need those anymore. Need to do though. If I crank this up. Oh, I like this song. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. Down. Blend away all the colours that aren't wanted. Then back to this, and in your head, fly, fly, phoenix, fly, stamp a new empire. I think this was the first official representation of what part of the house looks like. Then very little. Used to be sharp lines. Straight to the 2%. So you won't survive. Cleaner. Pausing every few minutes to stare at the lighting around my room in the vain hope that it'll help me. Seen it before. Let's go with the horrible part of any horrible, tedious part of any such piece, drawing the wood lines on the grain. Because like you obviously can't see it very much, but it still makes such a difference. Still makes such a difference when it's complete in the texture. Then I'll probably go over it with some kind of light bumpiness later. I don't know if I'll stick with this as non-stream thing still. I don't know if I have the mental energy for it. Definitely not while talking. And I know that the conversation is half the reason that people come to streams. Mm. Uh, any multitask is a rough one if it requires concentration. I'm kind of jealous of the people who can just kind of do it casually, you know. But at the same time, there are plenty of like low energy streamers out there. I follow a bunch of them because it creates a much different vibe to the usual kind of bombastic style of content creation. Yeah, yeah. The more chill ones also tend to have the um also tend to have similarly chill, you know, chats and such. Makes it easy to engage. I probably need to get some. No, never mind. Oh dear, no. There goes the precision mode again, jumping in to save the day when it's not wanted. Down there. Also, I refuse to put knots in wood. Those are trying to do knot wood is complicated, or more complicated than I'm prepared to deal with. There's several things that come close to it, though. This one then goes off there. Before you trying to fly. Another early work. No, for me, it looks like I have to tap out early, Sag. Look, I hope you're at least getting paid for the extra time. Go get some sleep, be well rested, earn the bread. And my sympathies go with you. Yeah. The extra work is time enough. So okay, yes, at least you're getting that. At least it could be worse, but you still have my sympathies for the level of bad it is at. Yeah, catch you later. See you around. Bye bye. Oh, there's a hyphen in there. That's cute. So the next word you say, if you've broken the time behind me is tick. Each passing second is your final warning. Consider yourself as threatened. Come ready or not, all that you can. Grip the. I forgot there is a. That's not blocked off. Story. Hmm. Sure to save. What love can do. Crazy what love can do. Tells me what's happened to me. Oxygen, now I can finally breathe. Hidden in everything. In a crazy what love can do. Crazy what love. Wanna close my eyes. Cause this feeling's like paradise. Listen my whole life. Crazy what love can do. What has happened to me? You're my oxygen and I can finally breathe. Crazy what love can do. Mm-hmm. hear your cries a million miles away. Then on a different day. Choice is yours. Different day. No, I don't need the big here. I need solid. I'm not sure what the other line's for, but come on there. Like a rogue. Done nothing more. My luck and escape. Times forward goes on. Mm. One more day, just before I'm done. E4. Hello there, Super Tengen. Welcome in. Welcome to a low energy drawing stream. I am unmuted. Good, good. Mm-hmm. Here. I think. What? I also need like that color. Mm-hmm. Metal is such a weird. The metal is so weird. Shininess. Everything's shiny. Now the obligatory blurring. Just around the edges to smooth it. Oh, that's the thing as well. Actual reflections and shadows and shit. People never learn. I don't wanna survive and fight, making me stronger, stronger. Stronger. Tall. Making me stronger, stronger. Ah, got that wrong. That's the full one, full feather. There, down. No, I wish. I wish I knew why I liked mute certain types of music. Like I can look to a song and tell you why I am enjoying it, but I would be interested in why that's the thing, why that's the style that my brain enjoys. And I feel like the answer would probably be something just like that's how the neurons lined up. That is just the biological roulette of how your brain is wired to where these are the certain types of things that you vibe with. But I'm just curious. I am I am not very good at knowing it, but I am interested in how the brain works. Uh, uh, Java now, down right, down to this, down to this. You can take us. And now I need this. Oh, ow, ow. Everyone stay with me, tablet. I really have to remember to use the main pen section, or this kind of erasing. Try and use it with the other end, and it's not sensitive. Like it has a relatively light, or relatively dull awareness of what you're dealing with. God, my arm. Who am I right now? Yeah, dragging me down. You're a grateful force of nature, sick. I need a gun to take back what's mine. And after this, I have so much more copying work to do in order to get actually onto the remake process I'm doing for a system. It's in nature. I need a gun to take. Mm. Oh. Mm. Mm. Okay, that yeah, this over here looks strange to me. I guess it looks better without this, but it looks better once the it does look better once the transparency's in, but it still it feels like it's lacking something. These feathers. Mm, mm. Warrior skill. Don't know if I like this song anymore. Mm. Oh yeah, wrong one. Oh, that's a. No, that is the clearest the transparency has worked. Picking up the fucking polka dots I put on that table. Actually, that does so much for showing how these wings are meant to look. That just none of the rest of quite can quite really show, because none of the rest of the space behind them has such a pattern. Chewing through the ropes, you to change as well. Silly boy, no one needs to hear your words. Let it go. Carnivore, carnivore, come. Mm. Let go till I'm beyond control. Silly boy. Hmm. Let's try something. I need you. I'm gonna have to. That's gonna take a lot of figuring out. Give him out. Entertainment. Mess with me tonight. Mm. Mm. Done with everything. Right, I need a Yellow one, more like that. No, no, more blue. Deeper blue. Truth or not, it'll... Man, these are nice. I like these songs. I had panicked there. I went out shopping early, and for a second I wasn't sure if I'd remembered to put the food in the freezer. Closer to the end. Mm. To let you go. Okay, yeah, that's better. Ooh, the mental energy. Not good. Mm. 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 Caleb Harris and Jonathan Young. Absolutely iconic duo. Oh. Days of no da. It's wild to still see like CS:GO being such a big deal. It's weird seeing TF2 being such a big deal. I don't get them so much. Like TF2 has been around for long enough. Let it die. Mm. It's been around too long. It's been around long enough as specifically oh dear, as a oh god, as a multiplayer thing. Don't need that over there really. It's all hidden by the massive hair. No, they hated you, hated you from hello. Mm. There we go. Keep it relatively tight to the seam. Mm. Hmm. It's brushes. Okay. Hmm. I have to give that some thought. I think I have a way to add a little bit of um drama to the scene. No, not that. That's not it. But I don't know how to do it yet. Let's see, can I successfully? Oh, wrong one. Razor, stadium, yeah, that puts things a little bit better. I may be catching the end of the stream. Um, yeah, kinda. It has sort of it has it has ended up going in that direction. I've mostly been here alone. loose, loose hairs everywhere. Downside to long hair. Mostly keeping up on the new game reveal stuff, right? I've got the like the only thing that I'm excited for is the Deep Rock, not Deep Rock, Elden Ring, Deep Rock, Elden Ring DLC. What's my brain goes to Deep Rock Galactic? Dragon Age. I am dubious of that. Like the that's it. It's just kind of I am wary of all of the stuff with cautious excitement because unlike Mass Effect, this is finishing the story. Uh, hmm, you kind of have to remember though, like strictly speaking, the story really like Origins ended the story. Two and Inquisition then kind of kicked off their own new one. Yeah, no, I'm wary of that now. Aside from the weird war table times, Inquisition was overall fun. Yeah, but there was a chunk of Inquisition that I didn't like, and playing it like even a year after the fact, it was so stiff to play. Like it was so stiff to play. It's like I no. The series got the series looked better after Origins, but but I actually don't think it ever got better mechanically. Like it was smoother from 2 onwards, but I don't think they actually have ever played better than Andromeda. You can hope so. That's an oof. Mm. Yeah, they did change their focus, and it just like stuff just got worse. I'm sorry. Say technically improved, mechanically not. Oh. Definitely a more divisive series. It's also less well known. Like put it this way, I, I, uh, that yeah, that's the thing worth noting as well. Yeah, Mass Effect didn't ever really change. Mass Effect fundamentally stuck to much the same all the way through. Yeah, no, I, I prefer. I Origins had the better mechanics. I'm very impressed that they managed to make Dragon Age 2 in 8 months, but it was still and it was a fine game for that. Um, Inquisition was definitely old, but it had the usual open world problem of lots of running around and often not much doing during that, except for slow resource gathering. Um, well, who knows? We'll see what they learn from it. Hopefully studios have taken at least one leaf from Elden Ring's book and figured out that you can like put more stuff in certain ways. That'll make a big difference. Or mission based, that might suit them, to be honest. I have to see how it turns out. I'm still not a fan of like mission gameplay all that much. Um, like I was okay with it on AC6, but like most of the time I'm not a huge fan of it. But that that might be better going more linear mission stuff. But we'll have to see. Maybe this will be their comeback. Oh, no, wrong one. The Return of what? Sorry. Hmm. So I think I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. The the actual like playable prologues. Yeah, yeah, I understand. I haven't kept up with the new releases, so you'll have to provide me with a little bit of what these things are. Survival horror, extraction shooter game. Hmm. Quick Google tells me that's the Souls-like mechanics. Oh God, I forgot I can remove dress. That one. Playing a scavenger going through ruins such in the middle of an apocalyptic war zone between two factions. I mean, oh, it's right, it's the like the hunt style gameplay, I guess. Well, it depends if it's PvP or PvE, because I've PvP games of that sort just give me anxiety. There's nothing I can do. Just makes me nervous. It says you don't plan to actually fight unless strictly necessary, so it sounds like a lot of them will just blitz you. So kind of more like, yeah, the stealthy. Sure, but like games can be like that, but also have PvP stuff. I'm content to see how it all unfolds more than. Irritating. Here's, of course, insane looking. And imagine having the money to buy half of these, let alone. I still have to, I still haven't bought Lethal Company. I was going to try the content warning before it turned out that their security was trash and people are getting hacked while playing it. Basic premise is knowledge entity called the painter once a year is painting a number and everyone of that. That's that just makes me giggle. Like, let's try and get it and maybe bring everyone back. I mean, like, okay, that's fair because that is an arbitrary number of people disappearing each year. But like, I'm just imagining, um, yeah, I'm just imagining this ball of tentacles, like thinking of its favorite number. Or it's like it's playing bingo for fuck's sake. So they've been going on a long time and none succeeded, or it started low and just got to 33. Um, that is assuming it's counting. It could just be picking randomly. Look, humanoids from a distance and within taunting distance. Yeah. We'll do a non-Japanese turn-based game again. Yeah, a little bit of variety in the design. Everyone, what I'm hearing from people is that everyone's getting hyped up for Armored Core 7, and I don't even know if that's been announced. It's not. No, I didn't think it had. I somehow didn't think it had because I would have seen much more to do with it. But no, people are being because it was because of the thing about how I think it was something from like an interview with Miyazaki that was like doing something with uh with From Software's oldest series or something. And people are assuming that means Armored Core, though I'm kind of hoping I don't even particularly necessarily care about playing it. I'm just kind of hoping we get a Kingsfield game update now, just because that would be fucking hilarious. Like it would be perfect. It would be so good if they brought back if they did a Kingsfield game and it was like Dark and Darker, the the dungeon crawling thing that people made that got shifted off of Steam because of copyright issues. This thing has been Gears of War prequel, Fable reveal, of course the Dragon Age thing. Just Bethesda updates, new Assassin's Creed game, blah. Bunch of announcements and details for games shown. Game Awards. Oh, that's oh god, the new Assassin's Creed one. So much controversy. So much controversy. Hello, Mr. Musa. Thank you for bringing your fish with. Thank you for bringing the shrimp with you. I needed lunch. Just made back the money I spent last night. Well, nice. Good news. Did you win the lottery? Are you are you now in trouble with the mob or with the other mob? I'm going to play it because they're right up Race-based controversy. I'm not going to play because I kind of fell off Assassin's Creed after Black Flag. Same. I fell off after Black Flag too. Like I have not played Bethesda in a while, or Ubisoft or whatever. Ubisoft. Play plant hold $40 on top of my profits. What I sold last night, I broke even. Yeah, nice. In deep with the plant mafia. Yeah, that's a lot of space. Probably because they're hoping that once again the modding community will fix their piece of shit game. Well, the heck of mod scene given to big name modders already doing stuff. There's already a bunch of Star Wars mods. I mean, there's definitely going to be a community because it's a new game. There was a game I can't remember what it was now, but I remember there was a game released or releasing. I think it's releasing sometime soon because the demo is because the demo was the thing that was shown. But I know there was a game in the works where every single file is like publicly available in the when you download it. So like super easy for modders. I don't know those names. It's fine. If a game is released with the intention of being modded, just can't take over a year to release. The mod tools and the base needs to be solid. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about every single file the game has is visible and is available when you download it. That basically means there almost doesn't need to be modding tools because you have access to all of the code. And it's all like it's not like disguised behind anything. It's not in a format that can't be read. It's like modding tools like script extenders and shit. Automod being overzealous. But yes, that's good news. We're still dealing with it being at risk of being made illegal and such over here again. Risking it being made illegal by someone who was not elected. What all the Starfield mods coming once the ball gets rolling. making pretty more important than anything else. That said, as an avid player of the Fashion Souls series, I can't help but agree. Just remind me, there was I remember back when I was watching a lot of Sunlight Blade stuff, a lot of his top 10 things. There was some pretty regular use of like purely extra mods in that. If I had to forever to get a pretty character, I went back to the screenshot just so I can put it into the new game with some changes to color scheme. Sneeze coming. Whew. That was a sneeze so violent that I feel like I dislocated something. Yeah, I think you probably did. I have some vague memory, not of details, but you have some vague memory of you going, "Hey guys, dismiss that field character." You being, proud of making something pretty. Oh, that reminds me, I need to play more Star Sector. Bethesda story stuff for DLC is way more solid than the base game. You're not. Yeah, no argument there. And I've only played a couple of them. Kinda sucks though. you want you want a good story? Play the other thing. Play the side. Play the side content. Mm-hmm. What often gets me is the lack of like care about the time. And that's a problem a lot of games have, the whole thing where they put you on time pressure and then there's no time pressure. Like Cyberpunk had the same problem. Like, man, you've got days, few weeks at most, months later. It's weird how often games do time pressure and sometimes give a solid time frame. Um, so the reason behind this stuff that happening that way is twofold. First is often because the reason that ends up happening is because time crunch is a common storage driver. It's something that a lot of GMs do in TTRPGs is give the players a time pressure because it forces them to make decisions and get moving. However, in a lot of the games that don't do that, a lot of like especially the bigger titles, the reason they're not doing that is because one, a time pressure can make someone really stressed if it's like too much. The other thing is that they do not want the stuff they've put into the game to not be noticed and not be counted. It like it's why it's why hidden content and like Easter eggs have gotten much less significant in a lot of titles because there's no sense in making a game where you are not likely to see the content going on. It's considered a waste of money. Yeah, they don't commit. And it's mostly part of the whole mass appeal thing, the principle of making sure the game can be played and enjoyed by more and more people. Because obviously, if you put something like that in, you immediately put off all the people who don't like the time crunch, who want something a little more, like who don't want to be pushed to play quite so intensely. I mean, you're not losing much not playing Dead Rising. But yeah. Dead Rising is particularly bad because that's 3 days. Here's not something I think sucked in Cyberpunk was the percentages at the top. Like the yeah, the two having a second timer for the Zombrex and and the overall one. Yeah, that was rough. But yeah, like Cyberpunk's percentages at the top of the screen that just didn't actually have anything that really mattered about them. Like one of them never went over 60%. Like them all having explicit, like them all being those percentages being completely fucking arbitrary. No, they don't even hit. They don't hit. They don't hit 100 even if you do all the side quests. I did all the side quests. I did every bit of side content, and then finished the story. They never hit 100. Like, mm, like now they never maxed out for me on any of them, even at finish. Like I did all the persons, did all the races, all of the fixer jobs. So they do another cyberpunk. They give us an experimental cyber that is useful immediately versus needing DLC to make the relic. I don't know if that holds much water because uh, that only matters in the context of what you've done before. Um, like, uh, sure, it's kind of experimental and weird, but like at the same time, the the relic being standout and interesting was only standout and interesting because it came after the whole game of not being able to do anything with it. Also, happy if we don't have to play a second V. Yeah, we need something different. We need something different. Give us a Martinez. Give us a David. Give us a David Martinez. Plus, give us one of the like the Far Cry intros of you can just end the game within like 20 minutes by choosing to not jump into the world of the Edge Runner. I liked the voice acting. I liked having a voiced protagonist. Like the silent protagonist thing doesn't vibe with me all that much. Not so much for that and more. I just need to use different styles of cyberware, not be limited by a pre-made character's preferences. That wasn't really anything to do with the silent protag thing. That's completely disconnected. That was just what they that like that kind of thing is just what they put in. That's just like the stuff available in the game. Use more dialogue options. Technically, in theory, it gives you more dialogue options, but practically they hit less. Right? I have this problem with the Owlcat things because all of their stuff is silent protagonist. I don't like the character that just has no audible impact in the setting. It's just like bad versus good voicing. Um, hmm. God, yeah, that's weird. That's peculiar since they already have voice actors. You know what? Here's something I think strange. Here's something I think strange. They are prepared to pay all of these voice actors to react to every possible line that you could have, every possible permutation that you could play that you could pick to say to them. They have reactions to all of those, but they aren't willing to pay for someone to voice them. Well, I guess with Baldur's Gate it makes some sense because you could be, a dragonborn. So like that's exponentially more voice actors, but mm, so you could Dirge or Tav, but can't have both. Well, I mean, they're aren't they? Are they not dramatically different stories? Well, Yeah, they both get the same stories, just Dirge has way more connection to Val and his cult, and sometimes accidentally does a bit of murder. It's supposed to be the main custom character option, but they wanted a version of the game that isn't restricting use. They made a blank slate. You know, standard TTRPG stuff. Oh yeah, because the whole thing about Bull and the split. Okay. Well, it commits a lot to the characters it made. It has no commitment to the custom character. Custom character is just there for the ride. Oh god, it's the MMO effect. Just happy to be here. It's like coming to a group session like the DM doesn't implement any of your backstory, but implements everyone else's with custom mechanics. Oh god, yeah, you're last of the session. I uh, I wonder what they could have possibly done with that though. because the choice there is to either give you a custom, is to either give you a specific backstory and then force that in, regardless. Like force your force a particular route, the whole like essentially you become one character, or they keep the diversity and it's suddenly so much more work. Like I I cannot easily describe the amount of extra, essentially throwaway content that goes into every decision in a CRPG. Prologue before the mindflare abduction, base how that starts in the background of the race, and then have stuff based on decisions in that. Yeah, maybe gone the whole three choice, um, like three key choices kind of route. I mean that sort of is the case, isn't it? That's where it draws from. Still mad about Bullock being basically a magic lawyer for the game. Oh no, that sounds funny to me. That sounds like a win. You see the backstory of the characters. The same class get to experience, like Will Soul, Shtick, and Shadow Hearts. Hmm. I don't know what to tell you there. I just know that there is a crazy amount of um like diversifying of choice, and the more the more routes you provide, like the amount of stuff that needs to be done grows exponentially in terms of like what they put in to make the choice matter. What's to be reckoned with? They you'll be messing with. Oh. That might just be a mere issue with Larian's RPGs. That is a problem you're going to run into with pretty much every CRPG. Like it cannot, they cannot physically provide enough to make it feel as personalized as you want it. Like that is a limitation of game design. It can never be as open as a TTRPG. Every CRPG is a flawed version of a TTRPG when it's based on one for that very reason. It's just it's tech limitations and time limitations and budget limitations. So, yeah, there's yeah, there's always a lot of limitations, and they have to just kind of decide what they want to do, where they want to put their stuff. Like eventually, I'm sure that we'll uh, we'll be able to get budgets and teams big enough to do all this stuff, and then the game a a system powerful enough to run it. But it's mostly the custom mechanics driven me up, since I don't remember the character in Divinity having unique to them mechanics. That is true, but Divinity had a better core system. Yes, I'm going to beat that drum again. But for that to be an option, I don't know what just happened, but I just heard a spider noise from Minecraft. Um, that's like um, Divinity Original Sin 2 at least had a lot going on, a lot of good interaction stuff. Um, wasn't so much like there then that was all like ground up stuff, because I don't believe Divinity is based on anything, whereas anything that features D&D 5th edition kind of has to add stuff to make the mechanics interesting to interact with. Well, it just bothers me that Will is the only one who can become a devil, Karlak is the only one who can use soul coins, Star and be a twink. I like how like as long as the further this goes on, the uh, the further on this goes, the further on that goes, the less it's about optional mechanics and more just. I don't have anything to say. I've lost my direction of thinking there. Meanwhile, I think Shadowheart and Lazelle are the only two without custom mechanics among the Origin characters, but they're also deeply into the happenings of the game. So yeah, they have their own thing, don't they, to tide them over. But I think it's probably about time that I finish off and send us over. I think we're going to 8-pin because I always like pin style. The fact that the user is secretly a power hungry glitch and that. I can see something in common there. A little bit in common there. But yes, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to carry on with the roommates. Oh, oh, it does look like that's where it's going. Maybe I can do more art next week. It's been a bit of a struggle. We'll see. Thanks to everyone who came by. Surge for the next couple of days. But other than that, until dawn rises once more upon spring, farewell for now.